So we're at Fairchild Farm, and here they have a lot of fruit trees, but this is a recent project and unexpected. They have some really, really nice looking raised beds, and there's vegetables growing in here, and this is the guy, I think, that made it happen. So I'm hoping that you can sort of describe how these were built and what you've used inside of it and what your long-term plan for these beds might be.
Absolutely. We felt that growing in the slightly raised beds like we had over here was more prone to weeds. We could do a little better insect control and weed control by raising them up. And let's face it, we're not as young as we used to be, and this is a lot easier weeding than getting down on the ground. It's also easier harvesting. So I've been looking at a lot of videos of different designs, and I came up with an idea that uses galvanized roofing material, 4x4s, and then top rails made out of 2x4s. We kind of just put it all together. I used essentially for this one 3 panels, 3 8-foot panels. I cut one of them in half to make the ends, and we have 8-foot panel and 8-foot panel. Now we wanted a higher bed, so we made one here with the same design, but we doubled up and raised this level up to about 36 inches.
Yeah, I can see right here where you've doubled it up, so
right.
That area is extra strong.
Extra strong,
and
of course we've got a lot more weight in here in terms of having more soil in here.
Right.
When it came time to fill these, we used a bottom layer of tree limbs, a hugelkultur approach, tree limbs and branches and all sorts of debris. Then the middle layer, some garden soil that we had, you brought from the garden. And then the top layer is more of a potting mix.
Yeah, it looks like perlite in
yes,
there.
It's heavy perlite for drainage. And we use recycled potting mix from the Fairchild nursery.
Oh, excellent.
From the propagation nursery. So it's extremely productive. This is the
second crop.
Second and third crop of some of the vegetables for this year. And we switched over to summer, so here we have sweet potatoes, and in this bed now we have okra and a few volunteer tomatoes. Our cilantro is going wild. So yeah, this is a very nice way to be able to garden if you're maybe have some back issues or
I mean, this is great for anybody. Nobody likes to go down to ground level, and
right.
I can't get over how finished it looks. It looks like it could be in House and Garden or Architectural Digest or something. I mean, these are really nice. I mean, mine, when I put them together, are not quite at the same level. And the other thing that I was thinking of is this would be great for handicapped people.
Absolutely.
It's like, you could make it exactly the right height for a wheelchair, and, you could have a garden. And really, I like the design a lot, and everything that you're growing looks great.
We wanted also to have something that would be a demonstration for school-age children.
Yeah.
Having it up where they can see it. Maybe this one's a little high for some of them, but up where they can really get close and personal with it, and just have something to talk to, touch, and so forth.
Yeah, definitely. And you don't have to worry about animals running across the top of it or anything.
No animals have gotten in there. There's plenty of animals.
We have rabbits, a lot of rabbits around.
Right.
So do you have an estimate of what the cost of just the shell, not the inside?
I do.
So
yes.
what would one of these cost? I know this one has an extra 2 panels in it.
This one, I believe, was $130 in materials. This one, closer to $97. And this one a little bit more because you notice it's a 10-footer. This is a 10-foot span. So, and actually I have in mind making another 10-foot span over on the other side and running a tunnel over the top.
Oh, wow, so, that would be cool for cold protection.
And snow peas, we'll have a frame, so in the summertime we can grow whatever bush beans, pole beans, whatever we want to grow.
Great idea.
We can do over that. So again, I steal a lot of ideas off of the internet. That's why it's there, I think. So people are sharing. And so this is an experiment too. A lot of what we do is kind of experimental. Just put it out there and see if it'll work. And we have 2 kinds of okra here. One of them is spineless okra, which I've never grown before. It might be pretty interesting. So we've got regular spiny okra and spineless okra. And okra likes summer. And then over in the other slightly raised area, we grew a crop of sorrel, of hibiscus.
Let's take a quick look over there, because that you know, it's
you can see
this is like the first chapter, and then you
like a
you had
wow.
the have the
Right.
new and improved
So
version.
we've been experimenting here with corn. We've been growing sweet corn for the past few months. Past growing 85 days from seed to harvest.
Wow.
And the first two plantings have already been harvested, and I've harvested some of the third already, and some of it is ready to harvest today.
I see that you use my same method of putting cardboard over
Yes.
soil that's not used, and so you don't get weeds and
Exactly,
that kind of
exactly.
thing. So yeah, that looks great. So this is this basic style you started with. This is the like the first way you had raised beds, which is just slightly raised. I don't know, maybe
Right.
6 inches at most. And so this is good still. I mean, you're still using these beds, but
That's
you're
right.
putting sort of the more premium stuff, little in the raised beds that you've recently built. Huh?
Yeah, things that take a little more care and a little and quicker seasoning. I mean, we would go, for example, for a lettuce in a raised bed
Yeah.
from planting to harvest in 3 weeks.
Wow.
You know, so we also we've moved a group of pineapple plants from the main garden down to here, and some of them had fruit on when we moved them, so they're not doing so well. But some of the others look like they're going to do all right. And of course, there's a row of pigeon peas there for chop and drop, and also for harvest for anybody who wants them.
Anyone who wants to spend the time.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Well, thanks very much for showing us
You're welcome.
your projects here.